After watching just one show from this list, my mind was completely blown. Like, what did Netflix even create here? Exploding head. If you're tired of endlessly scrolling and still not finding anything worth watching, then stop wasting your time. Because today we're breaking down the absolute best TV shows and movies that dropped this April 2026 on Netflix. So if you want daily insane movie recommendations like this, make sure to like the video and hit subscribe. Now let's get into it, Fire.
So I may atone for my sins.
Starting from number 10 show is Agent from Above. This isn't your standard fantasy series. It's a high-octane, 8-episode VFX spectacle that dropped on April 2nd. Based on Taoist mythology, it stars Kai Ko as a former deity who has been banished to the human realm to pay off his spiritual debt by hunting down escaped demons. The visuals here are incredible, blending gritty urban alleyways with supernatural landscapes. Every episode raises the stakes as the protagonist realizes that the line between good gods and evil demons is much thinner than he thought. If you want a fantasy series that actually has some teeth and a unique cultural flavor, this is a perfect start to your April binge.
The dangers they're facing.
Next on number 9 is Thrash. This movie is a claustrophobic survival nightmare that hit the platform mid-month. Imagine a Category 5 hurricane flooding an entire coastal city. But the water isn't the only thing you have to worry about. The storm surge brings in prehistoric-level predators that turn every submerged house into a hunting ground. There's a specific 15-minute sequence in a flooded attic that is so tense, it'll make you forget to breathe. It's a lean, mean, 90-minute thriller that doesn't waste a second of your time on unnecessary subplot. It's just raw predator versus prey action that proves nature always wins.
My family.
Number 8 on our list is Man on Fire. This 7-episode limited series is a brutal reimagining of the classic story, but this time it takes place in the heart of Brazil. We follow a broken ex-mercenary who is just a ghost of a man until he's hired to protect the daughter of a wealthy family. When a massive kidnapping conspiracy pulls her away, he unleashes a level of calculated vengeance that is honestly hard to watch, but impossible to turn away from. The series format allows for a much deeper look into the systemic corruption of the city, making the protagonist's war against the cartel feel personal and earned. It's a masterclass in action storytelling that treats its audience with respect.
I'm gonna blow your brains out! You're being very dramatic!
At number 7, we have Big Mistake. This 8-episode dark comedy is essentially a manual on how to ruin your life in 48 hours. It follows a group of friends who find themselves in the middle of a crime scene and make the big mistake of trying to clean it up themselves. What follows is a snowball effect of bad decisions, stolen money, and accidental encounters with the Russian mob. It's fast-paced, hilariously cynical, and perfectly captures that feeling of panic when everything that can go wrong does go wrong. The dialogue is sharp, and the chemistry between the leads makes the chaotic plot feel grounded in real, albeit messy, human relationships.
Number 6 is the mystery thriller Light to the Night. Set in the neon-lit red light district of 1980s Taipei, this series pulls you into the world of a high-end nightclub, where drama and betrayal are the main attraction. The season starts with the discovery of a body in the mountains, and spends the next 10 episodes unraveling the complicated lives of the club's hostesses. Everyone is a suspect, and every episode peels back a new layer of secrets that keeps you guessing until the final reveal. It's a psychological autopsy of friendship and jealousy that is as beautiful to look at as it is dark to experience. It's the kind of show that you'll want to watch twice just to see the clues you missed the first time.
Coming in at number 5 is Flunked. This is a high-stakes, 8-episode thriller that turns an elite boarding school into a psychological battlefield. A professional con man is forced into an undercover mission as a substitute teacher to find a billionaire's son who has gone missing within the campus. The catch? These students are geniuses who can smell a fake from a mile away. It's a brilliant game of cat and mouse as the protagonist tries to maintain his cover while navigating a web of student-led conspiracies and faculty secrets. The pacing is relentless, and the tension of being caught flunking. His role as a teacher adds a layer of anxiety that keeps the show moving at breakneck speed.
At number 4, we've got Straight to Hell. This 10-episode series, which premiered on April 27th, is a chilling dramatization of the life of Kazuko Hosoki, Japan's most controversial fortune teller. It follows her rise from the post-war underworld to becoming a TV icon who told millions of viewers they were destined for hell. The show is a fascinating study of how charisma can be used as a weapon to build a spiritual empire while hiding massive financial scams and ties to organized crime. It's a dark, beautifully shot drama that explores the thin line between a spiritual guide and a high-level predator. It's a haunting look at the power of influence and what happens when society falls for a master manipulator.
Number 3 is the survival thriller Apex, which debuted on April 24th and immediately hit the #1 spot worldwide. Starring Charlize Theron as a world-class climber named Sasha, the movie starts with a heart-stopping ascent in Norway that ends in tragedy. Months later, while Sasha is trying to find peace on a solo trip in Australia, she meets Ben, played by Taron Egerton. But the peaceful getaway quickly turns into a nightmare when Ben reveals himself as a sadistic psychopath who hunts humans for sport. This isn't just a chase movie. It's a 100-minute war of attrition in the Australian wilderness. Theron and Egerton are incredible in creating a level of tension that makes Apex one of the most visceral movies Netflix has ever produced.
What is going on?
The runner-up at number 2 is Stranger Things, Tales from 85, released on April 23rd. This 10-episode animated anthology is the perfect fix for fans waiting for the final season. It fills in the gaps of what was happening in Hawkins during the winter of 1985, exploring side stories and new supernatural threats that the main crew never saw. Because it's animated, the show is able to introduce creatures and set pieces that are even more imaginative and terrifying than the live-action series. It captures that classic 80s horror adventure vibe perfectly, while expanding the lore in ways that feel essential to the overall story. It's spooky, nostalgic, and a mandatory watch for every Stranger Things fan.
And finally, the #1 show is If Wishes Could Kill, which dropped on April 24th. This is the mind-bending experience I promised. The plot follows 5 high school students who discover Girigo, a mysterious app that grants your deepest wishes. But there's a terrifying price. The app starts predicting the sudden, gruesome deaths of its users. As the group tries to uncover the truth behind the app, they realize it's playing a much larger, more sinister game with their lives. The twist at the end of this 6-episode journey is something you will never expect. It's a total mind-bender that recontextualizes everything you just watched. It's an intense psychological horror that will make you rethink your relationship with technology. Stop wasting time and go binge it now.
And that is the list. If you're still here and haven't subscribed yet, you're missing out on the best daily recommendations to stay ahead of every major trend. Smash that like button, stop wasting time on trash content, and go watch the best Netflix has to offer. I'm out.